I got an unpopular take on this, okay? Because I know as a West Virginian, we all stick together, right? And anything that's connected to West Virginia, we all like. We got Nick Saban, Marion County, the whole deal. But I'm a little burned out on the SEC. I'm a little tired of the holier-than-thou SEC, and they put up a statue of Nick Saban while he's still alive and still coaching there. And I love Paul Feinbaum, but he listened to that show, and they just think the sun rises and sets on SEC football, and it probably does to a large degree. A little tired of it. And so, but by the same token, naturally, as a West Virginia guy, I don't like Notre Dame. But if I had to pick, I'm going with Notre Dame. I know that's antithetical to a lot of West Virginia fans, but I'm kind of done with the whole Alabama thing, quite frankly. But
let me just take one point there. Yeah, I'm not sure that your average West Virginia fan really hates Notre Dame. I mean, there are so many Italian Americans in our state. So many of us grew up watching Notre Dame football. I think a lot of people consider Notre Dame their second favorite team.
Well, yeah, I mean, my wife's from the Northern Panhandle, and they're all Catholic, and they all like Notre Dame.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so when you take a look at the Northern Panhandle, Wheeling, Weirton, that area, there's so much support there. I'm not sure. I think most residents in our state that care about this, and believe me, there's a big part that don't, will probably be back in Notre Dame tonight.
Who do you want to win?
That's a tough call. That's a really tough call. I think I'm going to be rooting for Notre Dame. I'm really rooting for a close game.
Yeah.
I'm really rooting for a close game after an NFL wildcard weekend where, it was basically like water torture. We didn't get a close game all weekend. And the other thing that really gets me is I'm sorry to see the season end. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where if you ask me, are there too many bowl games, I would probably say yes, there are. But I'm kind of conditioned, and I think most fans are, we want a game every night. Once we get to the bowl season, we want a game. I don't care what it is, every night. I was watching the GoDaddy Bowl last night. I was rooting for Kent State to win last night.
I got you. What makes Saban such a good coach at the college level?
Well, first of all, he's a driven Type A personality. I think that's part of it. There's a little bit of luck involved, but I think he tries to reduce that by being so meticulous. And I think it all starts with the players. I mean, when you can recruit to a brand like Alabama, that gives you, one step forward. But once you get them in your program, you got to coach them up.
Yeah.
And I think that starts all the way with Nick's a driven personality. And I think it all starts with practice tendencies. And the other thing we'll see tonight from Saban is, he's so difficult to beat in a big game. Once he gets those added weeks of preparation, he's virtually lights out anytime he coaches them up. That's what's going to be interesting about this matchup tonight. I mean, Brian Kelly is the National Coach of the Year. He's won wherever he's been. There's so much history in terms of Notre Dame coaches, once they reach their third year, that get that national title. I think it's a dream matchup as far as teams go, but it's really an attractive matchup as far as coaches go, too.